Well, good morning, fellow constitutionalists. These are my morning thoughts for November 4th in year of our Lord 2015. I have a story here from BizPack Review. It's an online news source, and it was posted on November 2nd. Concealed carry holder kills armed gunman. Guess who the criminal stepson is mad at? And you can just guess at who this criminal's stepson is mad at. And the story goes, an armed robber in Chicago was shot and killed by a concealed carry holder, and now his stepson is demanding justice. Reginald Gildersleeve, 55, picked the wrong store at the wrong time when he burst into the Agencia Mexicana store in Chicago Saturday wearing a mask and announced a robbery. Unfortunately for him, one of the customers of the store was a concealed carry holder who fired at Gildersleeve, hitting him multiple times, killing him. The Chicago Tribune reported. Police have conflicting reports as to whether the gun that Gildersleeve had was a toy or a paintball gun, but either way, it appears unlikely charges will be filed against the concealed carry customer, something his stepson is angry about. Something doesn't seem right, his stepson, Igbinoza Orense, told the Tribune. Reggie doesn't even own a gun. He couldn't own a gun if he wanted to. Let me stop the reading there, folks. Criminals don't technically own guns. Criminals have illegal weapons with them. They don't technically own guns. You don't have to go through the process of doing it the right way if you're a criminal. Most criminals don't. Most criminals do not have registered firearms, folks. And whether he had one or not, the story doesn't say, what was actually found. I guess there's still an investigation going on. But according to a police spokesman, Anthony Giuliani, the customer and Gildersleeve got into some kind of confrontation, which led to him being shot. Well, if you're coming into a store and announcing you're going to rob the place, yeah, I guess you might get shot. And this is the funny part of the story here, and I know it's tragic that a man's life was lost here, but according to Mugshots.com tipster, Gildersleeve had an extensive criminal history and had been sentenced a total of 35 years in prison for no less than 10 felons, and he was currently out on bond in another case. Despite the facts, Orense blames the shooter rather than the fact his stepfather was engaged in an armed robbery. And folks, the reason why I share this story with you this morning, this is a major problem with our society today. We're blaming the wrong people. Gildersleeve, he came in, announced he was robbing the place, and he got shot and killed. He was brandishing some type of firearm. When you're in a situation like that, you don't have time to go up and ask him if that was a real firearm or not. If it looks real, and I'm not saying you need to take action, but if you take action, you can't hesitate. You cannot hesitate in a situation like that. And here was a felon that was facing 35 years in prison for 10 felonies. And he's out committing another felony. And his stepson is mad at the concealed shooter instead of mad at his stepfather. Folks, this society's upside down on these things. I say, I hate the loss of a human life, any human life, but if you're going to engage in criminal activity, especially armed robbery like that, you should expect you might get shot. These are my morning thoughts for November 4th, the year of our Lord 2015. Have a great rest of the day, folks, and we'll see you later on the show.